WMMS.
That was a call off the Alan Cox Show After Hours line.
Yeah.
Sure. 216-986-8903. If you are a podcast listener, still want to throw in, even though you can't do it in real time, you can use that number, and just regular after hours, you can do it there too. Cavaliers lose to New Orleans here at home last night, 125-111 against the Pelicans. They are off tonight, and then tomorrow night back here at home, the Romo Fijo to play the world champion Toronto Raptors. Spicy P and the Toronto Raptors. That is a 7 o'clock tip tomorrow night here on WMMS. I'll have your next shot at $1,000 here, by the way, in about 6 minutes, closer to 4:30. Hey, Mike, hello.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What's up?
What can I do for you?
Oh, is this Alan?
It is.
Hi.
Hey.
Oh man, I'm totally fangirling right now, and I just forgot what I called about. Oh, the snake.
That's what my screen says. Has 2 snakes.
Yeah. Me and my sister, she still got 2 of our red-tailed boas, and I had one too, but unfortunately she got loose in my car, and she died, and that's where she still remains. I remember when we first got them, we tried to feed them pink, which are freeze-dried mice, pretty much.
Okay.
And if they don't eat them, you're supposed to scalp them, which means you're supposed to cut their head open and expose, like, some of their brain tissue. And they were not having it. So we ended up feeding them live mice or whatever. And got to say, that's way more satisfying to watch than trying to feed them non-live or whatever.
Well, so because I have people text me saying, "Ha ha, snakes only eat live food," and then other people go, "I don't know any snake owners who feed them live food." So, what's the allure of having a snake in the first place?
Well, snakes are my favorite animal. I was born. You guys have been talking about Year of the Rat. I was born '89, Year of the Snake.
Me too.
And actually, I just found out recently Mary is a month younger than me. I was surprised to hear that. I thought she was a little older.
Ouch.
Everybody thinks I'm in my late 30s. What are you, like 38?
Yeah.
Sure, whatever.
Well, you did some hard living for a while.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think you were that old. I thought you were maybe 30, 35, 34. But yeah, I don't know. I've just always liked snakes. I've always been a fan. Kind of want some snake tattoos. I don't know. I've just always liked them.
Okay, I see.
your,
my thing is, I just wouldn't want to have a pet where I had to murder its food.
Well, they murder the food. You just have to handle it.
Well, no, not if you have to scalp the mouse.
Yeah, like I said, we tried that once. They wouldn't eat it. We went away from that, like, within the first month. We just feed them live or whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, though. How much longer are you on parole?
No, I've never been in trouble. I'm actually on my way back to the terminal. That's why it's so hard to hear me. I drive FedEx. And,
okay.
You hear the inside of my truck.
I understand.
That's why it's so loud.
All right. Well, I'll let you get back to work, Mike.
Thanks so much for taking my call.
All right.
I'm super excited about it. Hope the call get in the future.
All right. Good. Thank you, Mike. Thanks, pal.
Mike.
There's Mike. He's got a couple of snakes. Alan, when I was 10 years old, I had a juvenile ball python. It escaped and apparently found solace in the washing machine. Let's just say there were chunks of snake.
How do you get that out?
I don't want something that's quiet. I don't want something that quiet. I don't
Is a
want.
Tide commercial right there. Did
Really
your
is.
snake get in the washing machine again?
Mom, there's been a murder. It'll get OxyClean. It'll get snakes out.
Snake blood.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Billy Mays for Snake Blood. Hey, Cody.
Hey, Alan, how you doing?
What's going on?
I just want to say I love the show.
Thank you.
And you guys were talking about the Mountain Dew ads with Bryan Cranston and The Shining.
Yeah.
There is a deep fake with Jim Carrey, his face over Jack Nicholson, and it is amazing.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
I think we posted it at the website.
Yeah.
a
We
couple
probably
months ago
did,
when it
yeah.
came out. Yeah.
It lines up so perfectly.
It's really good.
It's actually really uncanny. I feel like
So
Jim Carrey
creepy.
could do that role.
Of all the ones, yeah, exactly. That's what you watch. Like, you're like, oh, this could actually be Jim Carrey doing this role. Like, he would definitely have a breakout performance like that.
He's the perfect comedic psychopath.
Indeed. All right. Thank you, Cody.
All right, thank you.
All right. There you go.
When you hear this sound, that means I'm working. Oh, you should watch it. It's good.
I don't think I
All
want
work
to.
and no play makes Homer
Homer.
something. Go crazy.
Don't mind if I
do.
No TV and no beer makes Homer something.
Right,
something.
something.
Come on.
Sorry.
Get 'em right.
I just watched it, too. Yeah, they break out one of those maps of the United States because the Super Bowl's coming up, what every state's favorite Super Bowl food is.
Chili.
Ass.
Pizza. Chili ass.
It turns out Montana's is ass. Well, it's big sky country up there. Party pinwheels for Ohio. I don't know what that is, but I'm...
They're like,
you don't even know what they are.
No,
What
sorry,
are
my
party...
phone rang.
Oh, okay.
They're like, you can make them in, they're almost like you like wrap them into croissants and then you like,
Like pigs in a blanket?
kind of, but like with sandwiches or stuff, or whatever you cook into it. Like I've had like, it's kind of like a taco salad in a pinwheel. You like wrap it in like a puff pastry.
But it's hot?
Yeah, you like wrap it in a puff
Hot
pastry.
taco salad?
And then you can, no, not with the salad, but you get what I'm saying? Like 7-layer dip, but if you were to wrap it in a puff pastry and eat it with your hands.
Okay.
Yeah, I still don't know.
But they
that
get
doesn't
like
sound-
sandwiches, things like that too. I think
Okay.
I'm thinking of the right thing.
I feel like if it's something that people don't know, it's probably not the favorite.
Why couldn't we be a cocktail weenie state? A lot of
Oh.
states digging the cocktail weenies.
I want to be the
Or
Buffalo
this
chicken dip state.
Yeah.
Buffalo chicken dip is incredible.
Buffalo
Buffalo
Chips,
chicken dip is
California.
really good.
Yeah, the whole West Coast there. Buffalo
Pinwheel,
chicken dip.
It's just like wraps cut up into circles. So I'm thinking of the wrong thing.
Okay. So
But
it's a
like you
wrap.
take a wrap and cut it up into circles,
Oh,
like
that's
into
it.
little
Yeah, okay.
slices, which are incredibly hard to eat, by the way.
Yeah, that
Well, you
seems-
need a toothpick for them, right? To
Yeah.
keep all the...
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go.
You know what I really like that makes my stomach go crazy is that veggie pizza that has like the cream
Oh,
cheese.
yeah, that
and
stuff's
like,
good.
That is really good. I like that a
about that.
lot.
Not familiar with that. My wife's going home for a few days to take care of some family business, and so I'm going to be watching the Super Bowl alone.
Well, we'll come over. I'll bring a pinwheel.
I'll bring some buffalo chicken dip.
Hey!
Yeah.
I'm not a dip guy, but, you know.
Okay, we'll bring almonds.
We'll put it in a pinwheel for you.
We'll bring almonds and
Alan
Mountain
Cox
Dew.
is, we asked local
kale
whatever,
chips.
Alan Cox, what's his favorite Super Bowl food? Almonds, Jim.
Sometimes
Raw almonds.
I'll get honey roasted if I'm
Feeling a
feeling
little
crazy.
frisky.
Not honey roasted almonds, you Philistine.
I
Honey
don't
roasted
know.
peanuts.
Oh, I apologize. See?
Almonds.
All right, I'll just get one of those big
Honey
mixed
roasted
nuts
almonds
things.
over here, Bill.
I
All
like honey roasted
In
almonds.
the wake of the death of Mr. Peanut. Ugh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Put that in a pinwheel and smoke it.
That's what we'll do. We'll bring assorted nuts and a case of Mountain Dew for you.
Yeah!
Get all jacked up.
Oh,
and
it'll be
hyper.
some assorted nuts, all right.
Hey.
Hi-oh. All right, listen. I've got $1,000 for you to do with whatever you see fit. Blow it on something stupid or sock it away for a rainy day. I don't care. Good luck.
Hey, it's Rover. Go fund yourself. We have your shot at $1,000 now. Text the nationwide keyword DIG to the number 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info, standard data, and message rate supply in this nationwide contest. That's DIG to 200-200. Good luck and go fund yourself from 100.7 WMMS.
Some people are calling me out saying that I'm hypocritical because I have talked about suffocating mice in the past. And I couldn't be
But you
averse
put
to
them in a
feeding them
baggie
to...
or something
I
like
do,
that,
and
yeah.
I do that to send a message to the other mice. When I lived in Ohio City and we had a mouse problem, I would get them in the glue trap, and then I would put that into a Ziploc bag, and I would seal it up. That's to send a message to the other mice. I don't feed them to other animals.
That
I guess I
sends a
could
message.
have. I should have found a neighbor with a snake
I'm sure you had
and
one.
said, "Here you go." In Ohio City, I probably
You
did.
definitely had a neighbor
I
with a snake.
definitely had a neighbor with a snake.
Or at least a guy who would walk around asking if you wanted to see his python.
Yeah. Well, that guy was me.
Oh.
Yeah. No, when I first moved in, we had a Jack Shack upstairs
Did you,
to where we lived.
Did you figure out what's going on in your attic?
I got a guy coming out this weekend.
Is it still scurrying
Well,
about?
we've been playing phone tag because when it gets snow, he's like, I can't be up there on the roof when there's. I go, I get it, but we've kind of been going back and forth, and I've been waiting for there to, be a weekend where I'm around and he
there's
can
no
come.
snow.
Yeah, so he's coming this weekend,
We're gonna get to
and we're gonna figure it out. Gonna get to the top of it. It's the attic.
What if it's a person?
Then we've got
That'd
a
be
big
wild.
problem. You ever
He's
see
probably not the right guy for the job then.
You ever see the movie Hereditary?
No.
Where they find it's not going to mean anything to you, but for people who've seen it, they find the mother-in-law who they previously buried. They find her decapitated in the attic. And I'm like, boy, what if something like that? What if, because I've never gone
It's a
up
ghost.
into the attic in the time that we've been in the house. What if the guy goes up there and comes back down and goes, you've got a body up there.
It's a zombie.
Yeah. And the scratching you heard were animals eating it. Be like, well, then I've got
sell my house.
I've got a real story on my hands here. Yeah.
It might be a body.
Hey, listen, there was a murder-suicide out near where I live not long ago. That house has got to be priced to sell, boy. Solid neighborhood,
wouldn't do it.
fantastic. It's a great
want it?
neighborhood.
No.
Fantastic school district, which
You
doesn't mean
would?
anything to you. But
You would live in a home where there was a murder-suicide.
Yes.
if you
Get
got
outta
in
here.
my neighborhood,
Who
you get it
cares?
for a steal. Are you
No
kidding
way.
me?
I
Those don't pop
what does
up
it
every day,
matter?
boy.
Bad juju.
There's no such thing as juju.
She believes in it,
There
though.
is such thing as
I
juju.
understand why you wouldn't want to do it. I'm just saying, out where I live, you get a
I
house
get
like
it.
that.
I get it.
Boy.
A guy.
Don't you like a deal? That's
No.
good juju.
I like deals, but not because of murder. I don't like murder deals.
A guy.
You don't like murder deals.
A guy I used to talk to, he bought a house that he found out before he actually signed on the dotted line that the past owner committed suicide.
Oh, some states
Nope.
don't have to
Nope.
tell you
Nope.
legally.
Listen,
I think
I live-
But
I
it was
don't
a gorgeous house. I'm like, why
So
does the
what?
house have to suffer? He bought it, and he lives in it. And I'm like, okay, well, it was a recent death, so I ain't afraid of no millennial ass ghost.
Recipe.
It's gotta be
Recipe
Can we-
for a ghost.
yeah.
Yes.
I'm not afraid of a millennial ghost.
Millennial ghost.
Yeah, like-
And it's time for you to move out.
Yeah.
Millennial ghost opening at the Agora this
Yeah,
weekend.
Doesn't
get
wanna-
off my insurance.
Doesn't want to pay rent. Like, this is my house. I'm a squatter.
Maybe you could go haunt a better house if you'd stop spending all your money on avocado toast.
So I was
Avocado
like-
ghost.
But I was like, oh my gosh, this is a gorgeous house. But I was like, it's like $300,000. And I was like, what was it before? He was like, oh, I don't know, but I got it for a steal. I'm like, okay.
Absolutely. It's probably a newer build.
No
Oh,
way.
it's gorgeous. Like,
A
huge.
suicide in the house would not deter me.
No.
Even if the person was
Yeah.
like hanging
Listen,
somewhere.
I think whether you
No,
believe
who
in that
cares?
nonsense or not, it would be strange, but you've got a cool story for when people come over.
And people will leave your home, I guess, which is what you two want.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So
you
I'm
would
having.
leave?
So I'm,
If someone was like, I would be wildly uncomfortable. If I went to someone's house and they're like, did you know the previous owners murdered his whole family and then hung himself?
No.
No way.
You
No
tell the story when
way.
it's time to wrap the party up. You want to get people out the door.
I would
you
never
go,
come back.
Thank you guys. Did I tell you
It's the
guys who
closing
previ-
time of stories.
Did I tell you guys who the previous owners here? Guy shot himself and then slit his kids' throats.
Nope.
Right up in our bedroom. Right
In
where
that
we-
order?
That's what I'm saying.
impressive.
How do you feel comfortable sleeping in an area where something so gruesome happened?
Well,
It's not. It didn't. It,
It
how does
happened.
cares?
It happened.
Yeah, but it
where
happened.
you're sleeping,
okay,
people died.
But it's not happening anymore.
Would you walk?
You don't know that.
Would you walk through a park where someone had killed themselves?
I'm not living in the park. I'd be in that park to walk through.
But
I'm
so
not
what?
spending all of my emotional, personal time there.
You live in an old apartment building, do you not?
I do.
You don't know what
Nobody
happened.
was murdered.
You don't know anything.
You don't know anything.
I
You
do.
live in a basement apartment. So that whoever has ever lived there, these are people.
Definitely a suicide in that.
No,
Yeah.
there was not.
Absolutely.
These are people who are not of means.
You don't know
so it's
that.
living in a garden apartment.
All right, relax.
Right. You don't know what happened there. If you found out
I
tomorrow,
would move. If I found
You
out
would
tomorrow, I
not.
swear on my life I would move. I would start looking for apartments tomorrow if I found that out.
silly.
It is not silly.
Okay, if it's just someone that died.
Just like they passed away because of old age with loved
Yeah.
ones, then that's different.
But
That's
they-
not as bad. That's still kind of creepy. I don't like that.
Okay, what if?
But
it was-
that's not as bad.
What if they died, but it was like an accident?
I'm talking about like a gruesome act out of hatred and murder and rage, and that's so. I don't want any part of that near my
How much?
life.
Do you believe in
what
all
kind
that
of
bad
deal am I
energy?
I
getting?
do. I absolutely do. I don't care.
What kind of deal am I getting?
I
then?
don't care. You could give it to me for free, and I wouldn't take it.
You're
not.
out of your mind.
I would not live in a free mansion if somebody was a murder suicide. Never in a million
That's
years.
just a bad choice.
I wouldn't do it.
Because you turn around and sell it. You
I'm
turn
saying
around
to
and
live in it.
Yes, you go, thanks, free house. I'll sleep in the wing where the murder didn't happen.
Yeah, well, good luck
And
trying
then
to sell it.
But depending on what state you're in, you might not have to tell them. You don't have to. You're not legally bound as a realtor to tell people in every state. I don't know if Ohio is one of them. I think you might have to tell them here. But there are states where you're not required to tell, and people have found out nothing they can do. They're skeeved out, but
Yeah.
there's nothing they can do. They're like, they didn't tell me that they pulled up the carpet and replaced it because a guy shot himself? And,
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
What if someone accidentally overdosed in the house? What's your level? It's got to be a violent murder?
Well, that's definitely not violent murder. Overdose, that's really sad.
Because
But
what
that
I'm
person
told,
is like,
what I've been told by people who've lived there for a long time, I live in Bay Village, is that every 10 years there is a murder-suicide in Bay Village. And somebody jokingly said to me a while ago, we're due for another one. And sure as shrimp, one happened, I think, over the holidays. Older couple, right? That house, they don't come up like that where I live all that often. You get it for a steal.
no way.
Really?
I really couldn't
I
do
think
it.
you got to be pragmatic in a situation like that.
I physically couldn't put it out of my brain I would think about it every single day.
Well, of course, I would too, but I'd play past it.
But that's gonna affect my mental health. I swear on my life, like living in a place where I know that two people hate each other so much.
What if you thought of it as
or someone went crazy?
But what if you thought of it as communing with those people?
No,
like here I
absolutely
am, I'm ensconced in this energy, and yeah, it's a little weird, but I'm going to infuse this place with my own positive energy.
No.
Why does all that old negative energy override your own?
Because it's there. It's murder
But it's
energy.
your house.
But it's what is murder energy?
Talk to
It's not
anyone
there.
on the street. Murder energy
It's not
is
there
real.
anymore.
It
happened
is.
and
It
it's
happened,
gone.
and it's there. And
No, it's not.
You're telling me you could honestly live in a house where
Yes.
someone committed murder and you wouldn't think about it.
I wouldn't
You
think
would go
about it.
about your
No.
day like it was no big deal.
I would absolutely.
That is crazier than the person who murdered.
How?
Because that's insane.
Listen, it's partially science, right? First law of thermodynamics. Energy is neither gained nor lost, it's just transferred, right?
Yeah.
What's to say that energy is not transferred out of the house when your energy comes in?
Or it's transferred into me and
Why
I
are-
lose my mind and
why
kill
are
myself.
why does your energy have such low self-esteem? You don't think you
I
could
don't know.
overpower
Why is it
murder
so
energy?
No,
easy?
I don't think so.
So why is it so easy to manipulate your energy?
I don't want to go into a place where that happened. I don't think I need a reason. I think that that's a pretty legit, and most people would agree that
Would you
don't
go
wanna
into a
there.
room where someone had been murdered?
I'm not going to live there.
Will you go into that room? All right.
I'm telling you, it was a gorgeous house, Mary. If you would have seen this house, like it's a dream home. And
You
it
want
just
to live in
care.
New York City.
and someone's real selfish. Why should the house not sell? Because someone was selfish and
I'm not saying the
wanted
house
to
shouldn't
ruin
sell.
it.
I'm saying I would never buy it. If I knew that, I would never live there.
It also depends on where you're living. Like Bill said, New York City, people
Yeah.
are not giving up anything
Yeah.
for a murder. They're like, oh, yeah, if somebody gets
Yeah,
murdered
for
down the
cheap
hall
rent.
all the
Yeah.
time. Of course.
I live in an old building. There's definitely been people that have died in my building.
Like
And,
passing away, just dying
But I'm
because
sure
of old age and stuff like that is
with
different.
as many apartments there are, there's definitely been a murder in my building.
A murder.
I don't like that.
Murder's different.
I don't like
though.
that at all.
There may not have been a murder in your building.
I bet there's a murder.
Not a murder.
I bet there's a murder.
I think you're exaggerating.
Nah,
For the first
I would move.
the
gotta
first
think-
apartment building I ever lived in on my own in Chicago, the guy at the other other end of the hall, and this was an awful building, it was all I could afford. Guy at the other end of the hall shot himself in the head.
Nope.
I wasn't home.
What happened?
I wasn't living in his apartment, but it was at the other end of the hall. So there was all kinds of, I heard about it later on, and commotion and hubbub and all that. But it's like, I don't care. Somebody else moved in a week later. Mm-hmm. Strangely enough,
Neither
that
time.
person shot themselves in the head.
Weird, right?
Are you
I
kidding?
made that up, but you
I was gonna
believed me
say.
because you wanted to believe me.
I didn't actually believe you.
Okay, well, we know where Mary's line is,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
She hates deals.
it's not about a deal.
Your polar blast
Forget
is,
that.
you should have to stay in a house where someone shot themselves, like a
No
brutal
way.
murder.
That's not fun for anybody. We talked about this with the haunted house
What
thing,
about
too.
a house that had a Ouija board welcome mat?
Nope.
Oh, I forget.
Oh, that's fine.
I forget that you're afraid of Ouija boards and stuff like
I
that.
believe in spirits and ghosts and stuff. I'm not going to live in a place where a ghost is going to come haunt me.
I just wondered if everybody's got their price. I wondered if you had a price.
Free. I don't. I'm not.
You know,
I
you
would
said
not even.
free,
I'm
not
saying I
even.
would not even take it for free.
So you don't have a price?
No.
Okay, well, that's your line then.
I'm trying to picture my perfect home and what it would take if I like. I really don't think I could live there.
There are people.
I really don't.
There are people and realtors who scan obituaries are like, maybe that house needs a listing. Something awful happened there, but I can get these people a good priced to sell.
No way.
Priced to hell, more like it.
Georgia.
All right.
Move the head. Stop.
If you're on hold, I'll grab you on the way back. If you are not, well, you know. 35192 if you want to text, and I will have those Tiffany Haddish tickets for you. She's doing a show out at Northfield Park end of the month.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.